I've been on the road, I've been doing shows. Now we eating steak, remember sleeping on the floor. We stillin' at the gas station when the time was cold. In the kitchen, hot still tryna flip it out the stove. Rockin' fake J's, praying that nobody know. Watch them take my dog away, it was way too hard to stay composed. Fight to see the light of day, all this blood on my clothes. I was tired every day, green light, it's time to go. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young. Die too young. 100 miles per hour, I might crash cause the good die young. Yeah, the good die young. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. Right back where I left because I know my people needed me. Diamond in the rough, I don't know what it is they see in me. Go down as a legend in my city cause we beat the streets. Trying to spread the wealth around the block, no I can't keep from me. Told me I should leave, I see the bigger picture and it's way bigger than me. Can't be living like a king, but my people need to eat. If I got it, then you got it, we gon' get back on our feet. And I put that on me. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young. Or die too young. 100 miles per hour, might crash cause good die young. Yeah, but here I come. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. I'm coming back home. I'm coming back home. Y'all coming back home. Y'all coming back home. I'm coming back home. Y'all coming back. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home.
I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Told him that I gotta go, dawg. I'm riding the road, y'all. I think that I'm back in my bag now. So I need that go, y'all. Got hits when he throwin' the fastball. Just too quick for it, peeling off like the whip orange. Seen the effort, this piss poor. I got too much, I gotta tend to. Car payments and the rent due. Told y'all that I'm 6 foot, but with the money stepping, I'm 10-2. Too much that I've been through, so I put it all in that rear view. Clean money in a black whip, got old problems with the friends new. Yeah, I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. Yeah, I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, I told him I'ma hit it out the stands. I deserve another 100 bands. I deserve another 100 fans. Told them this was always in the plans. I just did it cause they said I can. Blowing euros when I'm down in France. Labels asking how I built a brand. Told them put a check up in my hands. Still got time, no cap. Made a few checks, but they all in the raps. Had a few friends, but they suck in the past. I don't even trip when I'm thinking about that. Hopped in the whip and we all in black. Shawty wanna ride to the hop in the back. 0 to 100, seen a rev on the dash. They ain't catching up, dog, I'm moving too fast. I'm in the big leagues. Told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in a big league.
Yeah, I hope you ready for the comeback. Steve Nash, I'm about to bring the sun back. Forecast looking bright for the comeback. Can't ignore it, promise you can never sun that. I pray for it, get ready for the comeback. Yeah, yeah, I think it's time for the comeback. I hope you ready for the, yeah, I see it's time. Press play on the tape, no rewind. No delay, put it all on the line. Only going up, ain't no room for the climb. Meet me at the top, or you won't ever see me. I'm making dreams come true like a genie. I'm making moves soon, you gon' have to king me. Checkmate, crown, you gon' have to bring me. Ain't no no other way. Up next, then I'm putting you away. Yeah, maybe another day. Give me the trophy, I'ma put it on display. Hope you ready for the comeback. Steve Nash, I'm about to bring the sun back. Forecast looking bright for the comeback. Can't ignore it, promise you can never sun that. I pray for it, get ready for the comeback. Yeah, yeah, I think it's time for the comeback. I hope you're ready for the I'm about to bring the sun back. Forecast looking bright for the comeback. Can't ignore it, promise you can never sun that. I pray for it, get ready for the comeback. Yeah, yeah, I think it's time for the comeback. Yeah, I hope you're ready for the comeback. I think it's time for the comeback. I hope you're ready for the comeback. You can't hold me back, you can't hold me down. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back, you can't hold me down. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. Whoa, on me, you know what I'm one and only. All them other ones is phony. Moving like a drum, I'm on beat. Whoa, yeah, you could put the pressure on me. I ain't never getting cold feet. Straight tie where I'm gon' be. I got no time to debate. I put my reps in like every day. I keep it moving, I don't like the way. I just keep adding these wins to the plate. I ain't worried about a setback. With a loss, I'ma get back. Going up on a jetpack. All the haters, you can sit back. You can't hold me back, you can't hold me down. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back, you can't hold me down. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back. Can't hold me back. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back. Hold me back, you can't hold me down. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back, you can't hold me down. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back. You can't hold me back. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. we go. At the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on a roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. And, oh, baby, guys, we got quite the move to the upside, coming into some very, very key levels that we may or may not have been looking at on the live stream for the past I don't know, the past month maybe. But guys, we're going to be taking a look at this crazy pump to the upside. Now, as you guys probably already know, this was based off of some fake news. But guys, we still got that pump to the upside. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit about show me the charts, and I'll tell you the news. Gonna take a look at this price action, guys. Is this a real pump? Was this a fake out scam pump to the upside before we're going to wind up rolling back to the downside? You guys know that has kind of been my general sentiment. As we've been approaching these higher levels, we have been looking for those macro lower highs to come in before rolling back around to some lower prices. We have been looking at around 23K for those lower targets. So in today's video, I want to really dig in, because when we get these big moves to the upside, guys, sometimes it actually changes the sentiment, because when the quick moves happen, it's all about when you get to these key levels, what the price action looks like. And when you reassess the situation, when you get to that level, what do the charts look like? Are they still looking bullish? Are they still looking like lower highs are going to come in? Because things change depending on how fast price moves. So I want to talk about, does my sentiment change here? Am I still looking for lower prices? Or do I finally think that we've crossed that line in the sand and we can start looking at higher prices above our yearly highs at about 31,800. We're going to be covering all of that on tonight's live stream. And then about halfway through, guys, we will be looking at those altcoins. So don't spam them right now, but wait until about halfway through the stream, start spamming those altcoins. We'll start taking a look at them. But I really want to break down Bitcoin because we finally got to move, guys. And it's pretty funny, the levels that we came to, and we're going to break down why that is. But before we get into it, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get gets you guys a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure. The more spins, the more free stuff. We gave away a whole bunch of crypto last week. I tried to give away some hats and some Discord memberships, but we couldn't get the likes up. But on tonight's live stream, guys, if we get 550 likes, we will be spinning that wheel of pain and pleasure, where you guys will all get chances to win some giveaways. So we get 550. We'll spin it. I don't know. Let's start off Bitcoin pump today. We got some price action. If we get 550 likes, we'll spin that wheel 20 times. We'll spin it 20 times if we hit 550. It's been quite a while. We got to start like really pushing on the giveaways to get these likes up during the bottom of the bear market. But guys, before we jump into it, let's say what's going on to the Mafia, and then we will jump right into this saucy price action. Try to figure out what the heck this thing Bitcoin is going to do next. Shout out to Wolf. I almost said Wolfman ate my crypto, but hang on, we got another Wolf in the chat. We got Wolf of Crypto. You better watch out, because Wolfman might try to come eat that crypto, bro. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you for being here. We got Medic Money in the chat saying, Hannah with the memberships too. Hold on a second, guys. Shout out to Golden gifting those 20 Frankie Candles memberships. Bing bong. Shout out to you, bro. Golden, I don't even want to know how many memberships you've gifted at this point. It's a lot. I know it's a lot. Shout out to you, bro. I love all the support. I really do appreciate it. And shout out to Hannah King for gifting the memberships as well. One of our top supporters, Hannah King, the princess of this Candle Mafia. Guys, throw your tiaras in the chat for Hannah. Not to be confused with Jessica, our female Candle Mafia representative. We got to make an emoji for Jessica, too. But just throw those tiaras in chat for Hannah. Shout out to Dave Digital. As always, good to see you, bro. We got Poor Man Joe. Shout out to you, man. What is going on? Hopefully, after watching these live streams, you slowly become Rich Man Joe. That's the plan, bro. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for being here. We got Lewis in the chat. Let's see. Shout out to oh god, chat going nuts. Crypto Jam, what is going on, bro? Golden, we got Coca-Cola in the chat, guys. That is the official Coca-Cola channel, I believe. I'm just kidding, guys. But Sir Quest, what is going on? We got Greg Gonzalez, Crypto 101. Let's see. We got Lewin in the chat. He says, "Can you make shorter to the point videos? Hard to devote so much time." Yeah, shout out to you, bro. We did put out a market update this morning. When price moves a little bit more, we will be flowing out more of those shorter market update videos that we usually put out earlier in the day. So if the live streams are too long for you, you could take check out and make sure you have the notification bell checked off so you know when we update those quick urgent market updates. But yeah, price has been like so dead lately. There's really been no call for like a market update. But those will be coming more and more as price starts to pick up. So shout out to you, bro. Keep an eye out for those. Crypto 101, what is going on? Wolfman ate my crypto, spamming those tiaras. Let's get it. Ziva Crypto Girl, what is going on? And guys, don't forget to show some love to our mods. We got Crypto Billy. What is going on, bro? Shout out to you, man. Good to see you in here. Crypto Billy, Rob the Crypto Snob, Crypto Anon, Crypto Anon, D Petty Crypto Chemistry, bro. Rob the Crypto Snob. You guys know who they are. Show them some love in the chat. They help me out so much with the YouTube channel, so show them some respect in the chat. And then shout out to Angelo out here. That is not English, so I can't read that or understand it, but I wish I could. Shout out to you, bro. I do appreciate you chatting, but I just don't know how to read that. But let's go ahead and start jumping into this price action, guys. We got Crypto Sauce in the chat saying, "Hey, from Ireland." Shout out to Ireland. I am very much not Irish, but shout out to the Irish. We got a lot of things to thank you guys for, so shout out to you guys. And Crypto Ziva Girl, what is going on? But guys, without further ado, without further ado, guys, let's go ahead. Don't forget to smash that like button, and let's go ahead and jump right into the price action here as we finally have something to look at. Let's jump right into it. Let's go. Shout out to Creighton C. Thank you for that super chat, bro. I really do appreciate you. He says, "I just thought it would be funny to call Cointelegraph and say I was Fink from Blackrock, and in my best Santa voice say, 'We got a new elf. Merry crypto.' Merry crypto, everyone. I didn't know they would think it's legit. My bad." Shout out to Creighton C. So, Creighton, you're telling me you're the reason for the fake news today. Shout out to Creighton C. I had a feeling you were up to something, bro. I did not know you were going to try to rip Bitcoin up to some key levels. But shout out to Creighton C, bro. Thank you so much for that super chat. And now we know that this pump was all because of Creighton. Let's go. But, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at what we got going on here, because we have come up to some interesting levels here. Should I say it, guys? I literally want to get up and run around my desk, guys. Shout out to the volume profiles. As you guys know, we not only got this pump to the upside, but you guys know that we've been looking at some pretty specific levels up here towards the top of our range, closer to about $30,400. You guys will know, for the past couple of days or past couple of weeks, honestly, 30,400 has been a key level that I have been waiting for Bitcoin to get to for more than one reason. Not only did we have the value area high of the range sitting right up here, and I hope, for the love of God, if you are watching this live stream and it is not your first live stream, I am praying to God that you guys are now starting to see the power of the volume profiles, because as you know, we have been looking up here not only for the fact that we had the value area high, but we also had the 786 Fibonacci retracement level coming in at 30,100. And as you guys know, we were looking for this wick at about 30,400 to potentially swing fail that wick right here to stop out all the shorts who are, all the people who are short from above these highs. We were looking for that 786 retracement, a potential wick above, closure below the level for a potential lower high to come in and then bring us down to some lower prices, potentially bringing us closer down to that $23,000 level. Now, this has been my sentiment for quite some time here on the stream, and I want to talk about the possibility of coming higher in case we do get a pump above these yearly highs. But as you guys know, I've actually said a couple of times that I kind of feel a little bit crazy, or I felt a little bit crazy calling for these higher levels for forever, right? Because what happened is basically, and guys, I want to be like, oh my God, that pump came out of nowhere. Although I didn't think we would get up there that fast. We simply were sitting here waiting for these levels, not only looking for the 786 value area high golden pocket, which is these purple boxes right here, but also we were looking at the liquidation heat maps saying, hey, we do have some liquidity up here that could get scooped up. And just looking at the price action, you could tell, obviously anybody who's short up from these equal highs here are likely going to have their stop losses above. So even if we were going for that 786, the reason we were actually looking for a little bit higher was because we knew it was going to be likely to come up and sweep that liquidity before coming back down. And it is exactly what we wound up seeing. So it's not just the levels and the Fibonacci levels and the value areas that I try to teach you here on the channel, but I like to teach you guys why price moves to these levels, right? We talked about how these high liquidity areas do act as magnets for price. And obviously, we have swept that liquidity now, but let me just make sure this is all up to date. You can see here, right? We have a block of liquidity now sitting above the yearly highs at about 31,800, and that does come in between 32K and about 34.4 is kind of where those hot block of liquidations are lying. So these areas on the chart do act as a magnet, and that's kind of how, not only are we just showing you the key levels, but I really want you guys to understand why we look for price to get up to these levels and what is happening behind the scenes to move the price towards these actual levels. And again, simply put, guys, we're simply just looking to go from above the value area high to the value area low, from the value area low to the high, back from the high to the low, back from the low, and then we didn't know this until today, but another big reason we were expecting to come to that high is because just based off the laws of the volume profile, we got to that value area low, we looked for our long position down here, we came to the POC, which is expected because Creighton C knows this above everybody. When you hold that support at the value area low, chances are you are likely going to come up and visit that POC and eventually that value area high, which we actually did wind up coming to. But we bing-bonged around at that POC, and we finally did get that move up to the value area high. And again, you don't just want to look at the volume profiles, because if you were doing that, you probably would have tried to go short here if you found a confirmation, and we just ripped right through it, right? But that's why you want to be using this alongside the Fibonacci levels, as well as just the general liquidity theory that we use, trying to figure out where price is going to get gravitated to based off of liquidity. And again, that is exactly what we were. Shout out to Golden. Just short and simple. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He said Control Plus, please. I got you, bro. There you go. You should be able to see that a little bit better. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Golden, man. You're the GOAT. But again, guys, you want to use this all together to try to figure out, where price is likely to go. And this is why I was willing to hold my long position through all of this downside that we saw, right? As we got rejected from that POC and we got that move to the downside, obviously we did profit off the short that we took from here in the premium Discord. But obviously I was still holding my long position. And the reason for that was because of the value area high, on top of the liquidity, on top of the golden pocket retracements. There were many, many, many reasons to come up to these levels. And again, I felt crazy, but here we are again, sitting here saying I felt crazy calling for this, but the volume profile never lies. And it was kind of the same thing when we got this big move to the downside. I felt a little crazy looking at this level, and then quickly we just bing-bonged right down to that level, and we're just kind of seeing a repeat of history here. The volume profiles very, very rarely lie. They're not 100%, right? I want to be very clear about that. They're not 100%. Nothing in trading is 100%, but obviously, obviously they play out more often than not. So we did get this big move up, but the question is, guys, was this just a big liquidity sweep, a scam wick to go fill some bigger orders for more downside, or is this the beginning of a bigger move up to some higher levels, potentially getting up to that 30, I would say between that 30, $1,000 to $33,000 level, and then potentially even higher, closer to some higher levels that I'm not even going to really bring up on today's stream, just because I don't think we're going to get there tomorrow or the next day. So we're going to save those levels for another day. Shout out to shout out to, we got Joe Mama in the chat, but we also got Yo Mammy. We got Joe Mama and Yo Mammy in the chat. He says, RFX. I dig your energy. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you appreciating my energy. But that's what we do here. We're high energy on the Frank Campbell's YouTube channel. We got to keep this. Cody did it. We got to keep the energy up somehow when we're looking at a bunch of numbers and technical analysis. It could be super, super boring. So we got to go ahead and keep it exciting for you guys. But again, guys, I just want you guys, before we dig into the local price action and try to figure out if we are likely to continue up or down, I just want you guys to understand, with all the noise off the charts, all the noise, all the Twitter noise, all the emotional, we're going to 100K, we're going to 10K, I'll show you. with all this noise aside, with all the complicated analysis aside, you can simply look at the volume profiles, and obviously we did wick above, but even if we turn this off, right, and or actually, let me just go ahead and turn on the volume profile. If you are simply just looking at this volume profile, guys, I want you guys to really hammer home here. Simply put, the volume profiles are reliable. You go from the high to the low to the high to the low to the high. Right? And now, potentially, we could be on our way back down to the low, which we have some longs that I'm looking at down here and have been looking at for quite some time that are still going to be valid in my opinion. I go deeper into that in the premium Discord. I'm not going to give you guys the actual setups here, obviously, but obviously this is going to be a key level of support, and it still is. And the fact that we have come up and tapped all this liquidity up here, there is a chance that we get a big rollover here. We could easily be working our way down to the bottom of this range, and potentially, if we don't get the long confirmations we're looking for down at these levels of support, we could potentially get a move down to some lower levels down here that we will be taking a look at a little bit later on the stream. So with all that out of the way, guys, I just like to start these streams with how did we get here? Was this a random move we weren't expecting? Was this a move we were expecting? And I just like to go back and show you guys this so we can review the TA that we've been doing and why we've been expecting certain things, especially when things play out like we think. I like to go back and reinforce what we were looking at and why we came up there. And again, I do want to harp on not only the volume profiles, but the Fibonacci retracements and the liquidity, looking at those heat maps, understanding where the liquidity was, making it very likely for price to gravitate towards these levels. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I feel a little validated here because like again, all the time, I'm always feel crazy calling for higher levels or lower levels or what have you. And you know, I sometimes feel crazy calling for the different levels. And eventually, when we do make it up there, it just reminds me. Just trade the chart in front of you. Don't worry about the noise on Twitter. Don't worry about that random YouTuber that's saying that everything's going to 10K or whatever. Just trade the chart in front of you, and you can't go wrong with that because there's no emotion on the chart, just straight information, and that's what I like to keep this channel to. There's no shilling, right? There's no emotional bias here. It is literally just me talking to you about what I see on the charts, and to be honest, I think that's why we're able to call these moves so so accurately. We're not 100% right. You'll never hear me say we're 100% right. I've been wrong before. I will be wrong again. But again, like the reason I think we are way right more often than we're wrong is because we just look at the information. I am impenetrable to emotional bias. I don't care if we go up. I don't care if we go down. I care about the key levels and what confirmations I'm getting at these key levels because I make money whether we're going up or down. So there's never going to be any emotional bias here. I don't care if Bitcoin goes to zero. I'm going to get rich on the way down to zero, right? So there you go. But let's go ahead and jump into the full analysis here, guys. We're going to start off on the weekly time frame, and I want to take a look here, right, because we are starting to see some interesting things. We did see this weekly VWAP start to roll over, but now we've gotten support on that zero line, and we are getting a little bit of a bounce to the upside. And on top of that, our money flow is now clearly back in the green, shooting straight up, which could be, guys, a potential bullish signal. And again, as you guys know, this is one of the things that we're looking at to potentially anticipate breaking these yearly highs, or we're also using it to gauge the basically whether we could break these yearly highs or not, right? Because if this money flow wound up making a lower high here, right? We have a high right here, and if we were to make another lower high, there would be a possibility that we would make a lower high here and continue to the downside, which again has been my general sentiment, right? Bing bong, right? And at this point, we were generally waiting to come up to some of those fib levels, sweep some of that liquidity to put in a lower high, and then continue this downtrend again down to closer to $23,000. I'm going to talk about how likely this is to play out or not, or if we could come up here, flip these levels to support, and maybe come up to some higher prices. We're going to analyze both situations, and I'm going to help best prepare you guys to make money, whether we go up first or down first. I'm going to prepare you guys to be able to profit no matter what, right? That is the beauty of trading. Now, money flow on the weekly actually doesn't look pretty bad, and I would actually go ahead and say, obviously this VWAP is going to come down at some point, but as of right now, with the money flow coming up here, it's going to take time to have this develop a little more, but overall, weekly money flow crossovers into the green are not to be taken lightly, right? We came into the red, and then we came back into the green. We were careful of this fake out. However, this coming straight up like this would be a good sign, and I do think that potentially this could give us more upside, right? Whether we break these yearly highs will be something else that we'll look at. But the weekly could be calling for more upside. This actually looks pretty good in my opinion. Coming down to the 6 day. Same thing, really nothing new to take away from that time frame. And then you come on down here to the 3-day money flow coming back up, fresh green dot printing, your 2-day fresh green dot printing as well. You got to be careful of this potential 2-day bearish divergence that can form. But really, remember, the thing that we're looking at here is going to be money flow, right? The money flow indicates the longer term trend. We talk about this all the time. And although, again, this is why getting those quick pumps or slow pumps will change the sentiment, right? Because if we get a quick pump and money flow isn't starting to come up, it's going to give us a little insight into what price will likely do next. So you can see here, not only do we have the fresh green dot, but we also have money flow coming up as it has been trending to the upside over time. So this also, as money flow, if this gets the money flow crossover into the green, this could indicate that the trend will likely continue to the upside, which is a little bit different than what we've been looking at in the past, guys. As you know, as we bing banged? Is it bing? What's the past tense of bing bonged? Bing bong. Is it bing banged or bing bonged? I don't know. But if we take a look here, guys, money flow generally trending to the upside. This could be indicating that the trend will likely continue up, which has been different than our general sentiment because things have changed on the chart. Right? At one point, we had money flow coming out here. And if this was going to flow into a bigger red wave, it would indicate that downtrend will continue even if we got a retracement. But now we're starting to see that the money flow on some of these higher daily time frames is starting to come back up. 3-day coming back up, 2-day looking for a crossover into the green with that fresh green dot. And as you guys know, on Friday's live stream, this is what we were looking at to start a move to the upside. And I think I literally said something like, if we were to get some kind of crazy scam pump to the upside out of nowhere, what I would be looking at, if someone could maybe go check that last live stream from Friday, I'm almost 100% positive I literally was saying, I think I might have said scam pump. I might be pushing it here. But we were looking at this daily green dot as the thing to start that pump because we were looking not only at the daily green dot, but also once you see those green dots on the daily, guys, you want to go down to the 90-minute time frame. Remember our green dot on the higher time frames with the money flow coming out on the lower time frames, between specific time frames. It's not just any random time frame, but for this specific example, the daily green dot, as soon as I see these daily green dots about to print, what I am looking for is going to be down on the 90-minute money flow, right? What is the 90-minute money flow doing at that time? And at the time on Friday, it was coming back up to the 0 line, looking for a crossover into the green. And oftentimes, when you get that money flow crossover into the green at the same time as that daily green dot, you will oftentimes see that money flow crossover on the 90-minute is what starts the move to the upside. And you can see right here, money flow crossover happened right here. And then literally 2 candles later, absolute moonshot. And again, like I was saying, that green dot on the daily is likely where you will see that move to the upside if we are going to get a scam pump into those levels, and it is exactly what started that pump. Now, the thing that's interesting here, guys, is that money flow is now back in the green, and we have now put in a higher low on our red money flow. So what I'm looking for, guys, is this trend could continue up based off the money flow, not only on the daily, but also on the weekly as of right now. But as I was talking about in our market update, you want to be careful, and here's the reason why. A lot of people are against indicators. I am not against indicators at all. Obviously, if you guys watch my show, I use Lux Algo and Market Cipher all the time. Now, I will say this. I kind of have the indicators that I stick to, right? That doesn't make other indicators bad or anything like that, but I have those indicators that I like to stick to. But here's the thing. Any indicator that you're looking at is going to be susceptible to when you get these big moves. Oftentimes, you want to be careful because if you get a big scam wick like this, it could drag the money flow into the green. And then by the time it reverses, you could easily see money flow come right back out. So when you get these big moves, sometimes you got to wait and sit on your hands and wait for your indicators to kind of catch up to the nonsense because, it could drag, Market Cipher's thinking, oh my God, money flow's coming back in, big price pump, and you're back in the green with your money flow. And then if it's a big scam pump, you're thinking at this point, once that money flow crossover happens, hey, this trend is likely going to continue to the upside. So if we come back for a retracement, I can look for longs. But if this indeed was just a liquidity grab before a big dump comes in, this money flow is not going to be able to indicate that because it's got to catch up, right? Almost all indicators are lagging, right? There's very, very few leading indicators. And the reason I like the money flow on Market Cipher B is because although it is not necessarily leading, you can use it as a leading indicator because you can notice, you can identify the direction, right? You can see if the money flow is coming up over time, which could be a leading indication of where prices to go next, right? It's the whole point of the money flow crossing over into the green and trending up is letting you know that the trend may continue that way. So you just want to be careful. I am being a little bit careful with the indicators right now. But again, we could just look at the key levels and other things to make informed trading decisions. But I am going to be, as of right now, Market Cipher B on the daily is calling for more upside with the money flow crossover into the green. However, again, if you come up here, you're going to create a bearish divergence on the daily. You got to let this play out. I'm not taking this as gospel right now because the scam pump could confuse the indicators. But as of right now, money flow is trending up. This could continue the pump to the upside, which is why we're going to take a look at the higher levels. Coming on down to the 16-hour, obviously VWAP is starting to roll back over. Let's see. 10-hour money flow back in the green. You are creating new highs here, which would be a bullish sign, in my opinion, for a continued uptrend. 8-hour VWAP is coming down. Bearish divergence is almost about to print here on the 8-hour. But again, money flow coming straight up. That is, again, generally going to be a little bit more of a bullish sign. But again, taking the indicators with a grain of salt right now because that scam pump could have confused them slightly. 4-hour money flow back in the red, which is very, very interesting in my opinion. Red dot printing. And then again, same thing with the daily. Shout out to Apples Up North said, I'm telling Crypto Face, he said his indicators are confused. Shout out to Apples Up North. Hang on. Shout out to Apples Up North. Gifted 5 Frankie Candles memberships. Shout out to Apples Up North. You're funny. I will say this. Listen, the money flow on Market Cipher B is like one of the only indicators that I'm willing to call leading. Even though there's really no way for any indicator on TradingView to be truly leading because it's all the indicators, they're just basing their calculations off of what's happening with price action. But again, the way this is displayed almost makes it a leading indicator. So, but shout out to Apples Up North. You got me cracking up. Let's see. But thank you for those memberships. Shout out to Apples Up North and Golden. No way. Did you get another 20? Okay. All right. Shout out to Golden. Golden, I don't know if you gifted another 20 or if that was the old 20, but dude, if you're gifting another 20, you're an absolute savage, dude. Thank you so much. And thank you to Apples Up North as well. Absolutely crushing these absolutely crushing these memberships. You guys are crazy. Not yet. Okay, yeah, well, Golden said not yet. Behave yourself, Golden. You give enough to us. You have your own emoji. You give enough to us. Please, relax. It's okay, brother. We love you. Shout out to Golden. But guys, again, money flow on the 4-hour is back in the red. 4-hour red dot printing. And again, when we look at the daily 90-minute little strategy that I was just talking about, here's the thing. You could do the same thing with the 4-hour and the 15-minute, right? When you see that 4-hour red dot printing, let's go down to the 15-minute and check out what money flow is doing. And if money flow is about to cross over into the red or getting close to crossing over into the red, we could eventually see a significant move to the downside. And just by the looks of that red dot, it just disappeared. That red dot did look like it could have been a blood diamond, but it just disappeared. No blood diamond on the Heikinashis, so that is somewhat of a decent sign. But money flow generally trending out on your 15-minute. Remember, when you get that with that 4-hour red dot, if we are going to see a retracement come in here, this is, in my opinion, no more likely place for that retracement to happen other than a 4-hour red dot with the 15-minute money flow crossover into the red. And then that signal you would be looking for to start that move would be this money flow crossover into the red. Usually, that is where you will see the move start to the downside. So again, locally, I wouldn't be surprised if we can cool off just a little bit more here. Again, 8-hour red dot looking to print, 5-hour red dot printing, 4-hour red dot printing, 3-hour red dot confirmed. But again, guys, as far as money flow in general on these medium time frames, even the 4-hour, although we are back in the red, it is generally coming up. 5-hour money flow crossed over into the green. 3-hour money flow just crossed over into the green, nice and fresh with the VWAP rolling back up. So I don't think it's impossible to get more upside here, guys. However, you just got to be careful of the retracements. So let's come down to the 1 hour and pull up that TA and talk about where these retracements are likely to happen if we do get a pullback. This is my long position that I'm currently in right now. Long from about 25 to 50, and then obviously still letting this ride. I have taken more profits. I think I'm about a little more than 50% out of this trade. Everything is a guaranteed winning trade, locked in profits. If I get stopped out, if we get an absolute nuke, we'll either get stopped out in profit or I may just close it on the way down and then look for that fresh long trade at some of those key levels we've been talking about. So here's the thing, guys. If we do wind up pulling back, where are we likely to pull back to? Well, if we go ahead and pull our local Fibonacci retracement levels, although I don't necessarily like pulling these fibs to these big giant scam wicks, we will just do it right here. There you go. So obviously, we got the big move up, came back down. Here's the thing, guys. I don't really know. Let me pull this a little lower. Let me pull this to this local low down here. So this is kind of where I would be looking for more than one reason, right? About $28,000 even. Not only do we have that golden pocket sitting at 28K, but obviously we do have the macro POC sitting right at 20K as well. So 28K as well. So you do have this nice little confluence between your point of control, the macro range, and your golden pocket. So if we do retrace, this would kind of be the first place I would look for a significant bounce. And then I also do believe that that is in confluence. If I grab my volume profile here and pull this local range right here, unextended to the right, yeah, you also have your value area high of that local range we've been looking at recently, right here, running right through that confluent area of that golden pocket right about here. So that is going to be kind of the first area I would be looking for a bounce. Now, it is going to be very dependent on what price looks like when we get down there, trying to figure out what price we'll do next. So if we come down there with bullish confirmations, we have the lower time frames rolling back up, this could be an area where you could look for a long, but I would just be careful, right? If we get down to this level and the 4-hour red dot just confirmed and money flow just crossed over on the 15-minute, I would potentially look for a little bit lower, which the next area I would be looking at would be the value area high 786 confluence and value area low confluence just below that, coming in between about 27,475 and 27,380. So these are kind of the major levels I would look for those higher lows to come in at. And then once you get down to this second blue box, you'll have a little bit more context into what's going on, because if you wind up coming down here, right, let's say you bing bong right back down here, you get a little bounce off the golden pocket, come back down to the 786 value area low, value area high confluence right here. At this point, this is kind of the important level to hold. And in my opinion, this is kind of that line in the sand that will likely be able to give us the insight into whether we're going higher or if we're going to wind up looking back in time, seeing this as the lower high and then getting way more lower prices for Bitcoin, again, getting closer to that 23K level. That fate is likely, in my opinion, going to lie at this level, right? Because if we get down to this level and you do not get a strong bounce, what do we have here? Well, we have this macro, or, not macro, but medium term volume profile sitting here. And if we get below this value area high, right, this is going to be key, because if we can't get back above this value area high, we are likely going to get accepted back into this range and continue our way down back towards this POC and value area low, which is POC is coming down closer to about 26K, and then your value area low is getting closer to about 25.7, all the way down to about 25,250, where not only I entered my long, but also where we have these single prints lying on the chart. What are single prints, Frankie Candles? Now, I don't really get too far into this on the live streams, guys. I teach this more in the premium Discord, but I do just want to pull up exo charts really, really quickly just to show you guys why I am looking down at that level. We have these single prints sitting right down here, again, between about 25.6 all the way down to about 25, all the way down to about 25. 250, again, that's where I entered my long position. But we now have new single prints, right? Not only do we have those single prints down there, which again are right here at the bottom of our range, right? So again, if we get back down here, this is going to be a key level to watch. I don't have a blue box on it, but this is going to be a very key level to watch, because not only would we be looking for longs at the value area low, but if we come down and fill these single prints, this could be another area to look for longs, potentially to get another move to the upside. Now, these single prints are not as enticing to me as they once were. And the reason for that is because when we were looking at price down here, guys, if we got the move to the bottom of this range, I would be looking to take a long potentially, right? Like, let me go back in time here a little bit. Right before this scam pump happened, if we wound up coming back down to this value area low, this was a very, very saucy level. And the reason for that was because if we came down to test this level, I would be looking to go long to potentially for that to potentially be the thing that brought us back up to our macro value area high up here closer to about 30K, right, or 29.1. And again, that's where I would have been looking to go long to take price up to our original target, which was up here between 29,135 and 30,400. But now that we've already come up and tapped those levels, it does make these setups, although they are still valid, right? These levels are still valid, but they're not as saucy, in my opinion, as they once were, just because we had already come up and tapped those higher levels, right? So I can't really target I can't really target this liquidity up here anymore because it's already been swept. So it is still a valid setup in my opinion, though. So, or not, I keep saying setup. It's a valid level in my opinion. But just being a little bit more careful because we can't really target these higher prices anymore or these, just these higher purple boxes just because we already came up and tapped these, right? But nonetheless, these are two major levels that I am going to be looking at if we break this key level. So let me mark this out for you guys because I don't want you guys to get confused. This is going to be key. This value area high is going to be key, right? Major key. Because if we get stuck below that level, this is, in my opinion, going to be the line in the sand that'll let us know, hey, we're probably going to get a move down to the low of the range, right? But if we come down and we wind up getting support here, that could be a higher low to continue higher. It's very hard to figure out right now if we're going to get a big move, if we're going to get that move down to 33K, or if we're going to continue up here and potentially break the yearly highs. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to prepare you for both situations because nobody knows, right? I know sometimes we know, but we don't always know, right? And nobody knows right now if we are going to break these yearly highs or not. Now, again, in my opinion, this was literally the area that we were waiting for a lower high to come in at, right? We have our high. I'm just going to do this basically. High, low, lower high, lower low. This was kind of been my sentiment recently. That's why we were looking at these levels, just to put in a lower high and break down to lower prices. However, now money flow on the higher time frames are starting to come back up. So that thesis could change very, very soon if we continue to see this money flow continue to the upside on the higher time frames. So I want to be very clear about that. Like if we had gotten up to this level sooner, we may have been able to be a little bit more confident that this was going to be a lower high and lower prices were likely going to income. But the fact that we bing-bonged around here for so long and money flow on the higher time frames had a chance to continue back to the upside. Now, as we're approaching these higher levels, money flow on the higher time frames is now coming up, indicating that longer-term trend may continue to the upside. And again, we have to be careful with that scam wick confusing the indicators, right? So very, very kind of murky waters here. I'm going to let things settle, but again, those are the key levels, guys. This key level, if we can't get back above this level, not only are we below that 28K POC, but we are now below this value area high, and then we can expect lower prices. So, once we crack this level at 27.5 and can't get back above it, that's where I would be more comfortable calling for downside towards the bottom of this range, and then we can reassess the situation once we get there. Shout out to Brad Guydell in the chat. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. Guys, we got 630 people concurrently viewing this live stream. Go ahead and smash that like button. We're going for 550 likes on tonight's stream, and if we get 550 likes, we will go ahead and spin that wheel of pain and pleasure where you guys will have a ton of chances to win some free crypto. And then, shout out to Ben Adams, says weekly head and shoulders. I know a lot of people are looking at this, so I'll just bring it up real quick. Let me hide the TA. Let me go ahead and hide all this. I know a lot of people are looking at the head and shoulders here. I'll just come up to a little bit of lower time frame. I know a lot of people are looking at this. Definitely valid. I'm not a big pattern guy, but obviously you could have your left shoulder, your head, and then your right shoulder here. And then again, this would be another thing. And we had looked at this on previous live streams as we were talking about those key levels we were looking to hit. It's saying if we did come up there, it could give us that right shoulder, which would be another bearish confirmation to potentially continue down to some of those lower levels. So yeah, definitely valid and definitely here on the charts looking at that head and shoulders potentially could wind up playing out. And if we wound up breaking down from that, actually, let's see if TradingView picks this up. Will TradingView pick this up is the question. What are we looking at? Patterns, head and shoulders. I don't know if it'll pick it up on a high time frame like this. But yeah, head and shoulders there. Didn't quite come down to the target. But I just always like to see if TradingView will call the head and shoulders or not. I'm like really rooting for these indicators that they make. They've gotten better over time. But here's the thing, right? Like if you were looking at this, your neckline would be about there, 25.7. So if you were to pull this measured move, it would look something like this maybe. So if you brought that to the breakout zone, that brings you down to about 20K, right? So that could potentially break you down to where we have a CME gap right down here. Let me pull up the CME indicator real quick. You can see right here that little red box. We do have an unfilled CME gap down here that could wind up, if this weekly head and shoulders breaks down and we get that big move down, we could come fill that CME gap. And remember, guys, during the rest of this bear market, as you guys know, I've been at basically look at this range, guys. Shout out to the volume profiles. It's like, honestly, over the past, ever since March, you could have just been looking at this volume profile and made an absolute killing. Like if you just watch the live streams and you don't even care about the other TA and you're patient trading the higher time frames, you could have simply just made an absolute killing trading this volume profile. You deviate from the high. Price is overbought technically, right? Like, or so to say, it's overbought here, and you're expecting price to come back into your fair value, back down to the low of the range. You could close your trade, look for longs, right? And then you deviate, look to go back to the high, deviate, look to go back to the low, deviate, look to go back to the high, deviate, look to go back to the low. Like you could have just traded this volume profile, and although these don't work 100% of the time, this could have easily just been like the most profitable thing, for this particular time frame. Right, or particular period of time. It's not always going to be this clean, but I mean, hey, if you're not using the volume profiles after seeing this move up, guys, I don't know what to tell you. But continuing on here, guys, just for the rest of the bear market, as you guys know, like my general sentiment has been that we could likely just continue to see sideways price action. And by sideways, I do mean that we can come lower, we can come higher, but just in general, looking for things to be somewhat lackluster, right? Like bing-bonging around in this range. If we lose this range, likely going to come back down closer to between 23 and 20K, right? And then maybe you get another bounce and you come back up and then you come back down. Maybe you get a black swan with a panic wick down to 17K, something like that. We do have that macro 786 retracement level sitting at about 19K. Right about here. So, we could easily come down and test those fib levels, right? So these are definitely in the cards. But this is what I really mean by sideways, right? We could come up, we could come down. Obviously, this is going to be very scary. People are going to be calling for zero. But in my head, I'm just thinking, well, hey, it's just a retracement. Actually understanding the charts, I wouldn't really be completely freaking out if we got that move down. I would actually consider it basically just bear market accumulation, right? Just sideways accumulation. And we made a video about this like months ago. If we do wind up breaking down, we'll be right on schedule for that all to play out as we expected. Not that it's guaranteed or anything, but again, if we lose this range, I want to talk about some of these lower prices. Let's talk about it right now, right? So I'm going to pull this up, and I'm just going to actually get rid of this golden pocket really quickly. But guys, if this is indeed, if my sentiment has been correct this whole time, which again, with money flow on the higher time frames, this could easily change very soon where we could see more upside. But if our original thesis is true, where this was just a lower high and we're likely going to get a bigger move to the downside and we're going to break these range lows and come down to some lower prices, the next major areas I'm looking at remain the same, right? And I'll just bring these up again today because we could potentially get a breakdown. And, if we come down, guys, the next key level is going to be about 24,296, right? Where we have this golden pocket, value area high confluence from back here in February. And then yeah, this would be kind of the first major level of support between 24,296 and 23,821. And then once you start getting below these levels, right, and you can't get back above, you could get accepted back into this area of balance. Revisit the POC coming in at 22,968, right? 23K, that's where that 23K level comes from when I call for it, because I know it's that POC. It's not just some random level. It's not like I think to myself, like, what's the next psychological level? 23K? I'll call for that, right? We have the previous POC down there. That's why I'm calling for these levels, right? And then the value area low of that range is coming in closer to 22,350. And then if we wound up like getting a scam wick below here, remember, you do have that CME gap sitting down here closer to 20K, so we could even go visit some of those levels as well. But the next major area of consolidation or major value area that we have is between, again, about 24.3 and about 22,204. So this could be, if this is the lower high and we get bigger moves down, this is going to be likely the next area that we're playing with, and likely the next volume profile we will be taking a look at on the live stream every single day. So just keep those in mind. Those are the key levels. But again, in the local, just the local analysis here, guys, I would be cautious of a potential pullback here, potentially bringing us, all the way down to those local levels we were looking at for bounces. But now you guys have all the local levels, all the levels down below us, the macro key levels of support that we have to be keeping an eye on. But what if, Frankie Candles, what if the money flow winds up continuing to the upside and we get a big break of that yearly high at $30,000 or $31,800? Well, let's talk about it before we move on to the altcoins. You guys are now prepared with those key levels to the downside, but let's talk about key levels to the upside. And first off, I do want to come up to the Bitstamp chart here, guys, and take a look at this spider line that we are currently fighting against right now. We came up here on that first big pump that we had after getting the big dump down to the value area low, pumped right into that spider line, harsh rejection back to the bottom of the range, and then we got down here, got into our long, and now we are pushing up against this spider line pocket that we rejected back here on October 1st, got the big rejection, and now we're coming up here for a third tap. So this spider line is going to be a key level of support. Resistance, right? Because if we can crack above this, remember, 28K, this is a key level for more than one reason, guys. Not only is this a spider line, but if we could flip this to support, not only would we be flipping the spider line to support, but what else would we be flipping to support? Well, I'm glad you asked, because, let me see, I don't know if I have it on our, do I have this? I don't know if I have it on this chart. Let me see. Yeah, I do, right? So not only would we be, I don't know why this doesn't say previous value area low. Bear with me, guys. Let me just label this real quick so you guys can have a clear prev value area low, right? So not only would we be flipping this spider line to support, but we would also potentially be tapping on a very key level, which is right here on this previous value area low, coming in at $28,670, right? This is that 28.8K level that we've looked at many, many times in the past. And if we wind up flipping the spider line, we would also be flipping this value area low to support, which would open up the door for higher prices coming up to the $30,100 POC and potentially back up to the previous value area high where we topped out at during the yearly high at about 31,400. I remember the people calling me crazy that we were going to reject this level. They're thinking, they're like looking at me going, Frankie Candles, you think you're pulling a level? This level is coming all the way back here from May of 2022. And they'll tell you, Frank, you cannot look at levels from May of 2022. So you think it's just going to get respected because it's a value area? Yes, I do think it's going to get respected because it's a value area. And what happened? They called me crazy, guys. And what happened? This is where you look for shorts at the value area high. And where do you look for price to go after you reject this level? The POC and then the value area low right here. And it's exactly what happened. That's why you do not want to listen to the crazy people on Twitter. Just listen to the charts, guys. The charts don't have emotions. The charts aren't going to lie to you. The charts don't have a motive, right? They just give you the information. So this is going to be a very, very key level to the upside. Previous value area low currently and spider line confluence right here currently coming in at $28,685. That is a key resistance level that we could flip to support. And if we were to do that, that would be what would have to happen for me, as well as money flow continuing up on the higher time frames, to call for more upside. And then that opens up the door. Once we get up to the value area high, this now opens the door. If we can get up there, it will open the door for a potential ride all the way above the value area, obviously, right? We could flip this. This is now another key level, right? Because if we can get above here, hold it as support, we could get a move all the way back up to this spider line. Where does this spider line sit, guys? Right at about 33K. 33, you know, depending on how fast we get up there, right? Like, it's going to trend up. But it's around 33K. Now, why is that an interesting level? Well, we looked at this level recently. Last time we were approaching that value area high, thinking we could break out. We were looking at some higher levels here. And what were those levels? Simply put, they were coming from this previous area of consolidation. And I'm going to give you guys the key levels simply right now. First key level is going to be this wick right down here, or right up here, I should say. I'm going to have to zoom in, guys. I think I'm developing boomer eyes. Let me see. Boom, wick number one. This is kind of, okay, so here's the thing. This whole area is going to be a very key level. From the value area high at 31.4 all the way up to where we're about to look, which that wick is at 34.39. No, I'm sorry, that's the POC. This wick is coming in at 32.650, but there's many reasons. I'll show you. There's a lot of confluence here, guys. Not only do we have this wick up here, we also have this wick, which we could potentially swing fail. Shout out to anybody who saw my swing failure Sunday sauce video. If you guys have not seen that, I'm getting a lot of really good reviews on that video. If you guys are interested in learning about SFPs, I made one SFP video talking about what they are, what is happening behind the candlesticks, why swing failure patterns happen. And then this past Sunday, I put out a video showing you guys exactly how I trade these. Not like what an SFP is. I am show you exactly how I enter these trades and how we enter them in the premium Discord, sneaking a little bit of free sauce out there to you guys. And go check that out because we're getting a lot of really good reviews on that video. People like it. Definitely go check that out. And honestly, above all, not a lot of people are putting out free information like that on YouTube. A lot of people save that, for paid stuff. But I like sharing some free stuff a lot with you guys. So go check out that video. Obviously, it's on the YouTube channel for completely free. And a lot of people charge for stuff that's in that video. So it's free stuff. It's free value. I highly recommend you watch it. But here we are, right? We have all these wicks up here that we could potentially swing fail, creating a pretty massive short zone, right? Or a short, I'm making purple boxes, but it's going to make, you don't know if you're going to swing fail this wick, swing fail this wick, or swing fail this wick. Oftentimes in that video, you will learn. I like to look at the most extreme wick that tends to be the strongest one or the one that has the highest likelihood of getting a reaction. But there's even more confluence here, guys. And what is that confluence? It is, let me come up to the weekly time frame. We also have a macro golden pocket, I believe from this wick. I may have to redraw this. Bear with me. That's to the low. So it's not, hold up. Is it from this? No, it's, I believe it is right. I mean, really, you could pull it to any of these wicks, but I have it pulled from this wick here. Let me extend this to the right. Come on. Bada boom. There we go. And if we zoom in here, not only that, guys, you also have that macro golden pocket. I'm going to highlight this with a purple box. So between about 33,354 all the way down to, it depends, right? This golden pocket would be like an extra saucy level to watch, and then you have that highest SFP. But to be honest, right, if we wind up getting a move up here, guys, a little bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, right? If we go up for that golden pocket, we could potentially wick above that SFP, wick above this SFP, wick above this SFP, right? And then this would be a big area to potentially not only look for swing failures, but just look for short positions within this purple box. And this area, this area is coming in between 33,354 and 32,450. So not only do you have the swing failure levels, but you also have that macro golden pocket. And at that point, guys, you have to think to yourself, right? Let's come down to a lower time frame so we can actually see what we're doing. You have to think, right? And that spider line runs right through that level as well. And if we do wind up coming up, bing bong, it's obviously going to take some time. Chances are it will take time, no guarantees. But if you get a move up into this level, guys, like there's just so much confluence up within this level that even if we are going to continue up past this level, chances are you will get some kind of cool off there. And then if this is going to be some kind of macro lower high, and you're in a short here, you may catch the top, right? So very, very hard to call it from here on. But what I can do, guys, is prepare you to best profit on a move to the upside or a move to the downside. You got the again, I'll just break this down super simply for you. We're probably going to wind up looking at this this next little value area that we looked at back here in June. We may start looking at these levels again, but if we get a big move up, the next significant level I will be looking for shorts is going to be that golden pocket north of 32,400, right? Closer to $33,000, right? Because of all that confluence, especially with the spider line in there, going to be a really saucy level to watch. But obviously, we're going to have to be patient to get up there. But that's going to be kind of the next major level I'm looking for shorts because obviously the levels that we were looking at all got tapped. So we came up to those first short levels, came back down. Now I won't be looking for another short until we really come up much higher for swing shorts. And then now you have the levels to the downside, not only locally for a scalp long, but also below these ranges potentially to come down. And again, look at this, 23.2, spider line confluence down here at these lower levels as well, even getting closer to about 21K. Spider lines in perfect confluence as well. So guys, that is what we're looking at on Bitcoin. I would look for the retracement back to the downside. But again, keeping an eye on that money flow, potentially we could just scam up here, guys. It's kind of really hard to call. Just in general. But I would watch like higher time frame money flow is continuing up, guys. So we could get more upside. But again, you got to be careful of these pullbacks because when you get a big scam pump like that, oftentimes you may want to come back down. And again, looking at exo charts here, we do actually have some single prints sitting down here between 27,295 and 27,625. So if we do wind up coming down, I am in a scalp short right now. Let me see. So I am in a scalp short right now, up about 6%. I'm going to hold this. If I get stopped out, it'll be a tiny loss. But if we do wind up getting back down to these single prints, this would kind of be a good target to start taking profits for me. This is my plan. If we get a move down, I will be taking profits within these single prints. And then I'll move my stop loss to my entry, hoping for lower prices. And if I get stopped out, it'll be a guaranteed winning trade. And then obviously I am still in my long position. This one is up 120%. I got a bunch of profit locked in. I'll just pull this one up. Just zoom in slightly here. Whoa, hold up there. Okay, there we go. But yeah, there you go. This one is up 121%, got 1,200 locked in, guaranteed winning trade. So still got 571 unrealized profit, up 121%. Gonna be holding this one. I'm willing to hold this, right? So I got a lot of profit locked in. So I will be holding this on any retracements. And then again, if we get another higher low to come in and we continue up, I will continue to profit off this long. And if I get stopped out of this long, then I will simply start profiting more on my short. And then shout out to Femex. I'm in the long positions on Femex. Short position is on BingX. So yeah, shout out to BingX as well. But yeah, that is kind of the plan here, guys. Moving forward, just going to be holding my long and my short, potentially targeting these single prints. But now you guys have all the key levels and my general sentiment on where I think price is likely to go next. But now, how we doing on time? About an hour into the stream here. Let's go ahead, and if you guys want to see your favorite altcoins, go ahead and spam them in chat right now. And while you're spamming things, I almost stuck the microphone in my mouth. While you guys are spamming stuff, you might as well spam that like button. 550 likes gets us 20 spins on the Wheel of Pain and Pleasure. That way, all the profit that I make on these longs and shorts can go straight back to the CandleMafia in the form of giveaways. Smash up that like button. 550 guys. If we can't get 550 likes on tonight's live stream, I don't know if we'll ever hit it again. But I think we can. I think we can do it tonight. All right, let's go ahead and check in on chat really, really, really quickly here. Let's see. Did I get a membership? Shout out to John, JQN, or maybe that is John. I don't know. Shout out to you, bro. Who gifted member? Yo, shout out to Golden. Another 20 memberships. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. This show is sponsored by Golden. That is why he has his own emoji, because it is sponsored by Golden. He just gifts the Mafia memberships, and he does it out of the goodness of his own heart. Shout out to Golden. We appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Dave Digital. Says, Frankie Candles, the ETH chart on Binance, all-time monthly. Can you tell me where the POC is, please? Shout out to Dave Digital. Yes, I can definitely do that. And perfect timing to read that, Dave, because it is time to start taking a look at these altcoins. So spam your alts in the chat. And while you guys are doing that, and Rob the Crypto Snob is counting up the votes and letting us know what alts we're looking at, we are going to take a look at Ethereum, which, guys, if you remember from Friday's live stream, obviously, it's never a trade setup, guys. We don't give trade setups here on the live stream, obviously. But as you guys know, we were looking at some very specific things, and we were saying God, we really should start pulling clips from previous live streams. But as you guys know, we were looking at. Hang on a second, guys. I need to change a setting on the charts here. How come my day does not show up? This is so annoying. October 15, 2023, 12 a.m. It used to say the day of the week, and it's kind of bothering me that it doesn't anymore. So let me see if I can find. I want to see if I can find this real quick. Currency. Always visible. Scales placement. Date format. Hold on. Day of the week on labels. Let's go. Bada boom. Bing bong. There we go. So yeah, now we can actually just easily spot where Friday was. Yeah, so Friday, 8 a.m. Thursday. Let's see. Friday at, where were we during the stream? Yeah, we were sitting right down here, guys. And what were we saying on Ethereum, guys? And I don't know what it is about ETH, guys. I don't know what it is about ETH, but ETH just does what we tell it to. I don't know why. For some reason, we can predict Ethereum much better than we can predict Bitcoin. Not much better, but like for some reason, like ETH just does what I tell it to. But if you guys are watching the stream on Friday, we were looking at these bullish divergences forming on Ethereum. And shout out to anybody who was able to not just enter a long position because I said that I thought Ethereum was going to go up, but those of you who took that information and actually went to your own chart and did your own analysis based off of what I said, took what I said into consideration, but did your own analysis. I really like to nudge you guys to do your own analysis and not just take random trade signals from some crazy guy on YouTube, because not only is that not a good way to make money or even if I was right 100% of the time, if you are just blindly taking trades based off of what I say, you're never going to become profitable, right? Like, that is not a way to become sustainably profitable because you're not learning anything, right? You're never going to be able to do it on your own unless you actually take what I say and try to learn from it, right? So what do we have happen here? We had lower lows on our price action. We had confirmed bullish divergences on the 4-hour time frame, specifically with money flow coming to the upside, right? Or slightly coming to the upside from Friday, right? Oftentimes, this marks a significant bottom. On top of that, we were deviating below our volume profile, which is this white shaded area, right? We deviated below our volume profile, put in our bullish confirmations, and at that point, you are looking for a potential move back into your value area. And if you flip that value area low to support, create and see, where are we looking next? Once you hold that value area low as support, what comes next? More often than not, I'll give you a second to answer as I take a sip of my Aztecian Cactus Moss water. POC, let's go. Shout out to Creighton. Shout out to Cryptic Sniper, Hodl Crypto. The POC comes next. And what is going on right now? We got to move, flip that value area low to support, and we were looking for that move to the POC. And guys, what happened? We shot up, and that scam wick brought us right to a very specific level, and it may or may not have been that POC. Does anyone else want to get the volume profiles tatted on their skin permanently, forever? Because I do. And you don't even need to learn how to use it because you could just watch the live streams and get the key levels. Again, I do urge you to do your own analysis, but this is why we were calling for a move up on Ethereum. It's not very often that I just give in, especially when things look bearish, that I'm just saying, you know what, Ethereum looks like it can go up. And I literally just nonchalantly was like, guys, Ethereum could move up. And it was based off very, very strong analysis. Below the value area low, had the bull divs, not only on the 4-hour, but you also had the confirmation of macro, right? Or more, I guess you can call them, macro, bullish divergences, as many lower lows were coming in on price, as your money momentum waves were generally flowing to the upside on your daily, right? Again, oftentimes marking a significant bottom. And then on top of that, you also had some other time frames with money flow coming out as well, such as the lower time frames. I think the 90-minute was coming up as well. Yeah, right before that pump, you had that 90-minute money flow coming up as well. So again, marking a significant bottom with the bull divs below the volume profile with money flow coming up, and then flipping that value area low to support, looking for a move to the POC, and we literally wicked almost to the POC to $1, right? And just absolutely beautiful. But In the short term, that's kind of how we got here. But Frankie Candles, where is Ethereum going next? I would go ahead and say if we continue up here, which we do have a 90-minute green dot. Let me check. The 4-hour red dot is printing. Money flow generally looking good on the 4-hour here. It is coming out locally. 15-minute on Ethereum, not necessarily as bearish as I would like to see it. If this money flow was coming down a little more aggressively, I would be more willing to look for a move to the downside here. But the 15-minute money flow is not in agreement with this 4-hour red dot. Money flow locally coming out, but again, generally it is coming up. You could easily curve back up here. So it looks very similar to Bitcoin, but the levels remain exactly. I'm going to get rid of these fibs. And actually what I will do is I will actually update this one all the way down here because these levels actually have shifted slightly. I'm actually going to pull this. Bada boom. Bada boom. Yeah, so your macro, your full Fibonacci golden pocket retracement, guys, is coming in right at your value area high. So this would be a key level on Ethereum that I would be looking for a short potentially, and it's in perfect confluence with your value area high, right? So we hit that POC almost perfectly, and if we do wind up, and again, what happened here, guys? Like simply put, we are simply just playing this as a volume profile. You got accepted below the value area high, right to the low. Right to the high, back to the low, back to the high, deviation, looking for your shorts, acceptance back in once you bearishly retest that value area high, and then you come right back down to the value area low. You deviate. This is where you're looking for the longs, and then boom, you're looking to get to your POC and eventually up to your value area high. So the next key level of resistance that I would be looking at for Ethereum, if we can get past this POC, is going to be the value area high, golden pocket confluence, and that is going to be where I would look for a potential rejection. Simply just playing the range, right? We look for longs down here, right to the high. Look for shorts up here, right to the low. Look for longs down here. I don't know if we're going to go right to the high, but history oftentimes repeats itself. Oh, wait, shout out to Tyler Durden. Thank you for this. He said you missed 2 super chats. Hold up. The super chats are flowing today. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Shout out to JQN. I don't know how to say your name, bro. I apologize. But he says, my man, pull a fixed range from 1231 or 11 and look at the value area low along with head and shoulders and the gap. Hold up, JQN. I like the sounds of that. We will take a look at that. And then he said they could also take the high first. Lots of shorts from the top still. Fake out high, hit the stops, and old shorts and new breakout traders. Yes, that is totally true. And I'll actually take a look at that JQN in a second. Dave, I will check out your what you were talking about here in a second as well. But for Ethereum, guys, I will be looking at this as my next key level of resistance. If we can make it back up there, and money flow would honestly be calling for it, to be honest with you. Like 2-hour fresh green dot. I'm not saying we'll get up there right now, but again, just in general, money flow is trending to the upside, coming up to the higher time frames. And this was another thing we were looking at, which was making me feel super, super good about calling for that upside on Ethereum. And it all had to do with the higher time frames. We were saying, look at that 2-day bullish divergence. This is the 3-day, but also the 2-day bullish divergence with your momentum waves coming up and your price action making lower lows right here, again, at your value area low. That is very important when you're looking for these divergences, guys. You will add such better confluence if it is happening at a key level that you're already looking at for longs. So, again, you have that on the 3-day as well. It's actually a little bit more exaggerated, or I shouldn't say exaggerated. What I should say is a little bit more intense here on your 3-day. But again, bull divs on a high time frame like the 2 or 3-day could be extremely powerful. You're actually also about to print it on your 4-day, and then coming up to your weekly, we are headed back up towards that 0 line. So too soon to say, but could print a green dot here on the weekly again as well. But again, guys, we looked at this volume profile for all the way back here since August, right? And it's just been beautiful. And this is why we look at previous value areas. This range was pulled all the way back here from Friday, not Friday, I don't know why I said that, January 2023. And all these levels, once we came back into that area of balance, look how well the levels are respected. And this is like a big part of my analysis, guys. This is a big part of why I could call these key levels and why oftentimes when I call for a level, it gets that intense reaction. It oftentimes has to do with the fact that we're looking at the volume profiles, even if they're pulled from a year ago. So there you go. Those are the key levels I'm looking at on Ethereum. Seeing the move up we were calling for on Friday, absolutely beautiful. And let me go ahead and see. Dave says, yeah, the ETH chart on Binance all-time monthly. Can you tell me where the POC is? So let me see. We'll go to ETH, Binance, all-time monthly POC. I'll actually just pull up the VPVR. Let me see. Yeah, your POC is sitting here. I don't have the POC populated here, but I will just pop it up. Yeah, so your POC is right here around about $132. Don't think that we'll get all the way back down there, Dave. I think this is what you're asking for. Yeah, POC sitting at about 140-ish, 140 area. I don't think we'll get all the way back down there. That would be, we'd have to see something happen that has never happened before, right? Like, we've never seen, price break. We've never seen, right? Like, we've never seen price break this consolidation area. Not that it can't happen, but it would be like a pretty wild thing to see Ethereum just go to zero like that. I just don't see it happening. But not anything can happen. Crazy things have happened in crypto, but I don't think it's very likely. Hopefully that is what you were talking about, Dave. And then shout out to JQN. Let me see. Fixed range on Bitcoin. What I will do here is I will pull up the Bitstamp chart. And he says, my man pull a fixed range from 1231 or 11 and look at the value area low alongside the head and shoulders. So let me go ahead and hide some of the other analysis to clean up the chart. And let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so let's see. We'll go up to, say, the daily, and we'll zoom out. And what do you say? January 1st fixed range. Let's see. Bada boom, bada boom. I think, is this what you're talking about? JQN, is that what you're talking about? Let me know. And let me see if, pin my next comment. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. I got you, bro. Thank you for that. I appreciate you, man. And where's Dave? Where's Dave? I don't see Dave. Dave? Yeah, Rob is sleepy. Wait, hang on. Tyler, if you make him forget about my super chat, shout out to Dave. Yeah, Dave, he said, do you think the volume is skewed because of layer 2s? If not, 131 is fair price, right? Didn't you say higher time frame TA is the strongest? Yes. Yeah, shout out to Dave. Yes, but here's the thing. Let's look at that on Bitcoin, right? If we pull up that VPVR on Bitcoin, right? And let's say we go back. Let's go back in time here. Let's go back in time to the 2018 bear market, right? Right here. And if we're looking here, right, the all-time, like if you go to the monthly, the all-time POC for Bitcoin is down here at $270. Now, this is very similar to what we just did on Ethereum, right? That POC is all the way down here at 250. It doesn't mean that we are guaranteed to get down to this level, right? We are not always going to revisit every single POC. So my guess would be like we're probably not going to see that $130 Ethereum. And this is like a perfect example of why, right? You have that POC down there, but obviously after we were in the 2018 bear market, we were basically bing-bonging around, and then we just came right back up, right? There you go, right? It wasn't you don't always have to visit every single POC, right? I'm trying to move this this monthly chart by as fast as I can. But yeah, you're not always going to see every POC revisited, and I would compare that same POC on Ethereum to kind of looking at the same exact situation right here, where it's very unlikely that we're going to get that big drop down. If this was current price, I wouldn't be calling for $240 Bitcoin, but yes, you're right. The higher time frames are strongest, and the higher the time frame, the stronger the signal. But it doesn't mean that we're always going to go visit every single POC. And again, this is like a perfect example here on the Bitcoin chart, right? Obviously, if we move time forward, we came down a little bit during the C19 event, but we never came all the way back down to 200, right? And like the POC is still down here at $170, $200, whatever. I'm not expecting to come down to that POC. But good question, Dave. Shout out to Dave. And then, yeah, let me go back to is this the Bitstamp chart here? And let me see. JQN wanted us to take a look at the fixed range. Let me see. From 1231 or 11 and look at the value area along with the head and shoulders and the gap. Okay, yeah, so he was saying look at the gap. I guess, let's see, head and shoulders was bringing us down to about what? What was it? 23K, something like that. Like measured move would be something like this. But yeah, I guess you're looking at that gap right here, potentially. JQN, I'm not sure exactly what gap you're talking about. I think you might be talking about this one right here. So yeah, like once you start losing this range, next high volume node is at about 23K. Right. And then again, that, head and shoulders breaks you down closer to 20K. But the value area low coming in. Oh, I think I see. I think you're just saying, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what you want to look at here. I guess, the value area low does come in as like a perfect neckline, which might be what you're looking at. But yeah, that gap down to about 23K, again, like another reason why that 23K level would be a key level to watch. But shout out to you guys for the super chats. I appreciate not only the super chats, guys, but asking the questions. These are really good questions. And it's like makes these live streams even more educational than I already planned them to be. So I really appreciate you guys asking all the questions. All right, let's see. Mafia fam, Crimson's girlfriend in the chat. What is going on? Shout out to you. Dixon, it's about $45 USD, and you can get it on M or F at about noon. Shout out to Dave Digital. I don't know. I picked a weird message to read. But let's see. Let's see. Shout out to Golden with the sauce emojis. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. And then that sounds weird when you say it out loud. God, I don't know what you guys are talking about in chat. But guys, that is what we're looking at on. I mean, not Bitcoin really, but Ethereum was where we left off. But again, that is what we're looking at on Ethereum, guys. Next key level of resistance up here at that value area high. But again, I really want you guys to take away. Instead of obviously it's important to know the next key level of resistance if you're looking for shorts. But here's the thing. I really want you guys to take home how we knew that it was going to go up from here, right? Like, forget what, obviously pay attention to what's going to happen next. But, just remember what we were talking about. I highly recommend you go rewatch the live stream from last Friday when we were looking at Ethereum and look at what we were watching for a move to the upside now that we know that it happened. Study that, right? Because the next time you get those confirmations at a key level of support, chances are price is going to go up again. And if you're looking at it at that point, it is likely that you are going to be able to profit off of those moves. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. We're going to take a look at XRP right now. Let's get into it. Shout out to the XRP army. Let me see. Show yourselves in the chat if you're in the XRP army. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see. Yo, shout out. You guys are funny. All right, so here we are, guys. Here we are, and I'm going to do it, guys. I'm going to say it once again. XRP is boring again. And the reason it's boring right now, guys, is simply because we're just stuck in this value area, right? Now, we do have two value areas that we're looking at. We are looking at not only this value area, but also looking at this more macro value area. But again, guys, we're looking at this local value area from down here. Actually, why is this so off? Hang on a second. Let me fix this. Yeah, this, where did we pull this value? What time frame did we pull this value area from? I'm going to pull it on the 4 hour. Okay, so let me move that down here. Hang on, where did I get this value area from? Why is it so wonked out? All right, I guess we could pull it on the daily. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, that's the one we want to look at. So, here's the thing, guys. until XRP, like the key level on XRP remains exactly the same. It's the value area high, the macro value area high at 54 cents. Until XRP breaks 54 cents, I am not looking for upside on XRP. Or looking for any crazy upside for XRP, right? But right now we are tapping and fighting against this local value area high sitting at about 49 cents, almost 50 cents. But, you know, if we could break out of here, actually more significantly, the POC at 50 cents. If you could crack 50 cents, we could make a move up for 54 cents, and then we have a chance to break out here and get a bigger move to the upside. But until then, guys, we are pretty suppressed in here. There's a lot of levels within here that could hold us back, right? So key level right now is going to be the POC sitting at 50 cents. If you could flip that to support, I'd look for a potential move up into our value area high sitting at 54 cents. But until we can get above that value area high, I am not going to look for crazy moves up for XRP. I'm looking more, we could get up to that value area low at 63 cents if we break out of this range. But until we break out of that macro value area high, I am simply going to be looking for XRP to respect this range between 43 cents and 55 cents. But other than that, money flow on the 4-hour cruising to the upside could give us a little more upside here. Daily green dot is confirmed. No bullish divergence. Actually, you do have a confirmed bullish divergence here on XRP, but no local bullish divergence. Actually, just a higher low, which would be significantly, not significantly, but would be more bullish than bearish, in my opinion. So that higher low is somewhat of a good sign. But money flow also coming up on the daily. You know, this could indicate that this uptrend, right? Low, high, higher low, higher high, technical higher, lower low. Here on the daily, but just in general, with money flow coming up, you could potentially anticipate this crossover into the green, looking at this as an indication as the longer-term trend continuing to the upside, right? So if you're looking at more macro swings, you have a low, a high, a higher low, potentially could put in a higher high, higher low, and then continue that trend to the upside. And this money flow crossover into the green is what I would be looking at to confirm that. And right now, you are trending to the upside, so you could see this trend continue up. But again, you really need to crack these key levels, guys. I don't want to even give any more levels on XRP, because until we crack out of these levels, the major support and resistance that I'm looking at is this volume profile between 50 cents and 46 cents, and then the macro volume profile between 43.5 and 54.5. But again, until we break out those macro levels, I'm not expecting anything crazy on XRP. And then coming up to the higher time frames, just looking here, I have something in my shoe that is killing me right now. But just looking here at the higher time frames, money flow on the weekly, kind of continuing out here. VWAP curving back up. 6-day VWAP curving up. Money flow in the red. Higher time frames are kind of ugly right now. But yeah, VWAP's curving up. I think you could continue up on XRP, but again, nothing really exciting until we crack those key levels, and I'll leave it there for you guys. Shout out to the XRP army. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. Yeah, shout out to Michael Montique says seen it popcorn a few times over the last month, even hit 84 cents and a huge candle a few weeks back. Thoughts on what's causing that, or if the popcorn effect is a good thing or a bad thing? Great question, Michael. I would say this. Listen, I can't really say what has caused the pops up, right? Like, unless it was based off news. I mean, I know this popcorn was pretty. Oh yeah, I guess. I mean, if you're talking about this was based off the news that we got out of the Ripple SEC case. But then it quickly got eaten back up and came back into our range. So kind of a scam pump, to be quite honest with you. But other than that, yeah, like, we're in a bear market, right? Like, there's a reason why this pump only took us to 93 cents, right? And it's because we're in the middle of a bear market. Even if they won, if Ripple wins the lawsuit, guys, chances are the pump is still going to be suppressed because we're in a bear market. Unless it's the thing that kicks off the next bull market, it's likely going to be suppressed to a pretty heavy degree, in my opinion. So there you go. I mean, I would say, again, bear market stuff, right? Like, the news is going to give us lackluster pops up and down. But I don't know if I would consider it a bad thing, the fact that we're just popping up and popping back down. And the reason it's a bad thing is because if this was happening in a bull market, XRP would have mooned But because it happened in a bear market, it was heavily suppressed. So I would consider it a bad thing. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's see. Love your stuff, bud. Shout out to Daniel Guilfoyle. Shout out to Guilfoyle from Silicon Valley. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you saying that. The positive comments they really do go a long way. I do appreciate that. Thank you. If you do like it, subscribe to the channel, bro. We got tons of content, especially as price picks up here. Even more content to come. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here, taking a look at Caspa. As you guys know, we've been taking a look at Caspa a lot recently and taking a look at the daily time frame. Green dot printing, Caspa, like one of the best performing assets here in the past year. Taking a look at some of the levels here. Let's go ahead and dive in. Green dot printing on the daily here on the MEXC chart. Money flow coming back up. That is somewhat of a good sign. VWAP on the weekly rolling back to the upside. Not a lot of price history on the higher time frames. No money flow or anything like that until you get down to the 4 and 3 day. VWAPs all rolling back up to the upside on the higher time frames, and then again that green dot on the daily. Could see a little bit more continued upside for Caspa here in the medium term. And you can see here, bullish divergence confirmed on that 10-hour time frame below our value area, right? So you have your value area high, value area low. You have your value area sitting up here. You deviate from the range. And remember, guys, this is a value area that has been respected in the past. We respected it right here, right? Or this is where it was created, right? And then once we came back into it, once you're below that value area low, you are thinking of this as oversold. I was going to say Bitcoin, but you're thinking of your asset as oversold. You got to think of these volume profiles, and I'll highlight it with a white box because I think that for some reason helps people. This is your value area. These value areas are simply just a fair price for Bitcoin or Caspa, depending on what asset you're looking at. This is all just simply a fair price for the asset. People have agreed that Caspa is legitimately worth, and a fair price for Caspa is generally between about 0.04572 and about 0.0497, right? And when you come above that level, right, when you come above that volume profile or that value area high, you are thinking, hey, this is kind of expensive for this asset. I know it usually trades in this range, and when it's a little bit overvalued, why not short it back into the fair value? And that is basically like where the volume profiles come in handy, right? Because you're looking to go from overvalued back into your fair price and fill the whole range, right? And then you deviate from the low, bada boom, and then you get a move back up to the high because down here, you're thinking, hey, this thing is all the way down at 0.04319. Right? This is pretty cheap for Caspa. If I buy this, chances are it's going to go back into that fair price that everyone agreed was a fair price for Caspa. So why not pick up a bunch of Caspa down here and ride it back into the fair value? The trick is when you ride it back into the fair value, you got to pay yourself. Otherwise, you might just bing bong around up here and then return back down to the low. So what happened down here was not only did we deviate from the value area low, but Caspa's pretty cheap down here, right? On top of that, you got signals letting you know that chances were that you were going to bounce, right? And you got the bounce up into the value area low, which has now been flipped to resistance. Now, if we're going to see this green dot and the money flow continue to come up and push price to the upside, what we can look for is we now have a key level of support, or I'm sorry, resistance, right? I'm actually going to label this major key, right? That's not what I want to label. That's not what I want to label either. I want to label the line. There we go. No, not the rectangle. The dang line right there, right? And we're going to label this major. I'm just going to label it what it is. And it's the doorway to higher prices, right? Doorway to higher prices, right? Whatever. Typos all over the place. Who cares? Anyway, or not really. But if we do wind up coming up, this is your key level on Caspa. And now let me readjust this because, hashtag OCD. But this is the doorway to high. Actually, oh yeah, this is gonna move because of the time frames. But again, you put in those confirmations on the higher time frames, right? You had those higher time frame bullish divergences, letting you know that it was there was a chance you were gonna bounce. You knew that key level of resistance was gonna be up here as your previous value area low, and now, sorry guys, now if we come back up to this level. And if we could flip this level to support, we now know this is the doorway to higher prices, right? So if you crack this level, it opens up the door to potentially come up to the POC, which is coming in at this price. I'm not going to say it, 0.04842. I said it. And then not only does it open the door to come up to the POC, but we can also see that bring us up to the value area high. So key level on Caspa right now is going to be this doorway to higher prices, sitting at about 0.04569. And if we could flip that level to support, it opens up the door for more upside. Money flow on the 4-hour and the 3-hour are pointing towards a continued trend back up, which could call for that move to bring us back up to this value area high potentially. So that's what I'd be looking at on Caspa. Those are the key levels. Money flow looks pretty good on the medium time frames, and the daily green dot is printing, and your 2-day and other higher daily time frames are looking to roll back to the upside as well. But again, doesn't mean that we're automatically going to shoot to the value area high. You got to crack this key level and flip it to support first. All right, there we go. Shout out to whoever requested Caspa. Shout out to the Caspa holders. I know you guys are probably sitting pretty if you bought it when we called Caspa in the dining room in our free Discord. We were looking at Caspa all the way I think in February of 2023. We were looking at Caspa all the way down here and posted it in the dining room before its monumental run up. This thing has just been absolutely going nuts. Shout out to Caspa. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on. Wait, shout out to Joe. Joe says your poll options sucked. I don't know what else we would put. Was the pump real? It was basically yes or no. I guess I could have put maybe. You're right. You're right, Joe. I could have put maybe. I'm sorry. Next time I'll put maybe. That's my fault. That's my fault, dude. Anyway, continuing on. Shout out to Joe. Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you. And Post says, I prefer the 90s term. I don't even know what that says. Shout out to Post. Let's continue on. Let's see. How does your fixed range volume profile fill with a lightly colored box? I don't see that option. I did this myself. I drew the box manually. I think that's what you mean. But you can actually have your volume profile shade in a box. Let me pull a fresh one here. You actually just have to fill. Is it this? No, I don't think it's. No, that's not it. Where is it? No, hang on. You can shade it. Can you not? There is a way to shade it. Histogram box. There you go. But it fills the whole thing. It doesn't only fill the value area. Maybe that, I don't know exactly what you were talking about. But if you're wondering how I got this to highlight, I just simply drew a box. I cheated. I just drew a box. But there you go. Shout out to you, whoever asked that. Let's see. Oh, I self-censored. I'm really good at that. Shout out to Post. Shout out to you, bro. All right, let's see. Thanks, man. This is what I meant. There you go. So I just drew a box there. Makes it a little easier for people to see on the stream. But let's go ahead and continue on, guys. We're going to go ahead and take a look at Solana, or Solonzo, as our boy James Kramer would call it. Let's go ahead and jump in to the Coinbase chart. Here we are. Oh, God. Just sitting at the value area high, guys. Just sitting at the value area high. Let me just make sure this is the Solana chart that we've been looking at. I don't know. Oh, what is this thing? We're calling for $1 million for Solana. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's the Coinbase chart is the one that we've been looking at. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on over to the 4-hour and take a look at what we got going on. Now, let's see. Where is Friday the 13th? Right here, looking for, all right, well, here we are, guys. Right back into our volume profile. And again, guys, oh, man. I mean, same thing here. Going to zero. Shout out to poor man Joe. Let's go. Fake news pump. It's 3K now. Imagine when it does come out. Shout out to Pong. Sub-zero. Can it go into the negatives? Potentially, guys. But let's go ahead and dive in here now. Obviously, on Friday, I don't know if we looked at Solana on Friday, but if we did, simply we are just looking at the previous volume profile. And what happened here, guys? Now, again, I just want to teach a little volume profile sauce. When you have an area of balance, area of balance, bada boom, right? And you break that area and you come lower, especially when you come up to something like a local golden pocket retracement and you put bullish confirmations into this level. Lower lows on your price, higher lows on your momentum waves, money flow coming to the upside. This is a sign that price is going to bounce. Now, it's not just the divergence. It's not just the money flow. It's not just the key level. It is all of these things coming together, letting you know that there is a high likelihood for a big move to come in, or not necessarily a big move, but some kind of move, right? So, with that being said, you put that bull div in on the 4 hour into your golden pocket, and then at that point, obviously your key level of resistance would be right here where we had it marked out. Actually, no, this is an old fib. So, yeah, your key level of resistance really would be right here at that golden pocket value area low confluence, which is the same level that we were just looking at. And I guess you can see we did get a little reaction back down off that golden pocket, but it was only to flip the value area low to support. And oh my God, guys, I wish the volume profile was a paid indicator, because I wish I invented the volume profile, because I could sell this thing all day long because it works. It sells itself, right? But luckily, it's just a free indicator on TradingViewer, a free tool. I don't even know if I would call it an indicator. It's not really an indicator. It's a tool. But what happened here, guys? Simply put, you went from below the value area. You got your macro indications that you were going to get a move back to the upside. You know your key level of resistance is here at the value area low, but you also know not only is this a key level of resistance, but it's also your doorway to higher prices, because you know, right, your doorway to higher prices, right? Because you know, if you get above that value area low and flip it to support, the next stop is likely going to be the POC. And in this case, you went backwards. You went to the value area high, back down, and then to the POC. Usually you go to the POC, then the value area high. But with that scam pump, you went straight to the value area high. But where'd you get the resistance, guys? Right at that key level. I don't even know. Guys, I think I might just make one end-all be-all video on my channel, and I'm just going to give everything away that I know about the volume profile, and then I'll just retire. Because no one needs to watch any technical analyst when you could just look at the volume profiles, right? Now, obviously, I'm joking. But there's obviously more to it than that. But I mean, these things are so OP, guys. It's insane. And again, you know, coming up to the higher time frames here, I actually wanted to take a look at the daily. Okay, no, that didn't get what I wanted on the daily. Let's see, 6 hour, 4 hour, 2 hour. Yeah, you had the bullish divergences at the golden pocket, guys. And again, looking at that key level of resistance, you flipped it to support right to the value area high, right? Like just simple volume profile stuff. So as of right now, your money flow on the 4 hour is continuing to the upside. Your 10 hour money flow has crossed over into the green. So money flow actually looks somewhat decent. Daily money flow curving up. Nice tight little trigger wave on the daily here with that green dot printing. So if we are, I mean, these are your levels, right? Your volume profile is your levels. So key level of resistance, 24.55. And, oh, God, I got to go back and look at Friday's stream, because I'm pretty sure we looked over all of these levels on Friday's stream, saying if we get above, like, I think we just did that whole spiel. Right? I think we talked about if we come up here, look for resistance in this purple box, but if we flip this to support, you're probably going to the value area high eventually, and we just see it happen every single time. Not every single time, but like very, very often you see this stuff play out. So key level of resistance right now is going to be 24.58. If you could crack above that level, that is where maybe, just maybe, you could get a move back to the upside to some higher prices. And I would argue that that next major area I would look at, let me pull some fibs here from the high all the way down to this low here. And I'm actually going to pull a range. Let's pull it right here. Let's pull it right here. Yeah. So I would actually, I'm not going to lie, I don't know how much I trust this volume profile just because it's so small. We did not trade in this area very long, meaning that no one really thought that this was a very fair price for Bitcoin for long, right? For Solana. People thought this was a fair price, and then we just lost it, and people were like, nah, this thing's going to zero. But I would be looking at these levels, right? We've seen these levels play out time and time again. POC, value area high, 786 perfect confluence, value area low, golden pocket confluence. And let me actually just go ahead and label all of these value area previous value area low, previous POC, and I keep messing this up. Previous value area high and previous POC. Now, if we get another big move up, guys, I mean, kind of hard to say. This would be the next significant level I'd be looking at, right? So again, if we break out of this value area high, let me pull up the VPVR real quick, see where the volume gaps are. Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, if we get out of this value area, the next significant level, in my opinion, is probably going to be that local golden pocket 786. And then again, same thing. You hit your head on this, but you could likely go for that 786 retracement, which would fill the rest of this range. These are the key levels, right? So I'll just leave these up here if you guys want to mark them out. But again, money flow does call for more potential upside here on Solana. So I would be looking for that next range to be those key levels I would be looking at. All right, there you go. There is Solana. Shout out to all our Solana goers. And let's go ahead and check out Cardano. Let's see. Did we snipe Cardano like we did all these other ones? I mean, yeah. Shout out to C3GF, otherwise known as Crimson's girlfriend. Shout out to Wick. Thank you for being here, bro. He says, was just talking with Wick's wife about the small female presence in this chat and wondering how to muster more girls in here. Shout out to Wick589, or just Wick as he likes to go by now. Yeah, we got the female CandleMafia up in here growing time. Over time, we're growing the female CandleMafia. I like it. We got the CandleMafia Princess Hannah. We got the female CandleMafia representative Jessica out here repping the Mafia, or the female Mafia, and I'm sure we will grow over time. Guys, get your girlfriends, get your wives. Don't hide them, but get them in the Frankie Candles YouTube chat here on the live streams. Guys, smash up that like button. Going for 550 likes on tonight's stream. And shout out to Crypto Pollo. Bro, we've been talking about you recently, saying, hey, we haven't seen Pollo in a while. Shout out to Crypto Pollo, or as I like to call him, Bitcoin Chicken, bro. Good to see you in here. Thank you for stopping by. And yeah, hope you're doing well, bro. Yeah, Tony D said his girlfriend totally watches me too. Shout out to Tony's girlfriend. Must be new. Shout out to Tony's girlfriend. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and hide your wife, hide your kids. They're coming for everybody. Shout out to whatever video that was coming from. That's an old viral video. Probably one of the first viral videos. How many likes, guys, do we have? 438, guys. We need 100 more likes. We got 464 people watching right now. Go ahead and smash that like button, guys. Look, touch it with your elbow. Hit it with your kneecap. Touch it with your head. Touch it with your butt. Creepily fondle it. Touch it with kindness. Beat the heck out of it. I don't care. Smash that like button right now. 550 likes, guys. We're adding some crazy stuff to the giveaways. But let's go ahead and continue on here. Taking a look at Cardano. Now, obviously, Cardano, let me get rid of these levels here. Here we are, right? Testing some very, very key points of interest. We have our value area up in here, right? Which has not only been respected back here in August, but also once we left and came back in, we respected the levels once again, and we are knocking on the door one more time. Sitting right here at our value area low, coming in at 0.2533. This is your key level. If you flip this level to support, actually, the purple box is your key level, right? Because the POC is very close to the value area low. So if we can crack above the value area low, back above that POC, I would look for a move back up to that value area high. And I'm going to keep it simple on Cardano, guys. Money flow looking very similar to a lot of the other altcoins. And that 10-hour looking to cool off slightly here. So again, like retracements are likely here, guys. 4-hour red dot confirmed. So yeah, I would just I would be careful of some potential pullbacks here. But again, Cardano knocking on that key level of resistance, again, sitting at about 0.2533. If you can get above there, hold that purple box as support. Really the key level here. The value area low is key, but the POC is the level you need to flip, right? Because you could easily come in, test that POC, and then reject. So what you need to do is flip the value area low to support, crack the POC, and that opens up the door to come up to your golden pocket. Is this golden pocket still valid? Let me make sure. Where is this thing pulled from? Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let me tap it. There we go. So Yeah, still valid. Still valid. So that golden pocket value area high confluence is going to be the next target. 786 up here, about 27 cents. But again, ADA tapping on that key level of resistance. Got to flip that level. Money flow, again, looking very similar to everything else. I would be careful of short-term pullbacks. But again, some of this money flow is calling for more upside. So I would look for higher lows, right, to come in and then potentially flip these levels for more upside for Cardano. SA said, he said, let me tap. Hey. And that's LEMMETAP. Shout out to the CandleMafia. But guys, with all that being said, I think that is all the time we got for tonight's live stream. Let's go ahead and pull up that Wheel of Pain and Pleasure and see if we could spin this thing. I guess 4 times is probably going to be how many times we spin it. But that's okay, guys. We'll get that 550 one day. I don't care if it's the last thing we do. We used to be able to get 1,000 likes. But, Bitcoin do be pretty boring, even with these scam pumps in the grand scheme of things. Volume is pretty low. But, guys, there you go. Let's go ahead and pull that screen back up and start spinning the Wheel of Pain and Pleasure. And did it pop up? Shout out to Creighton C. Thank you so much for the super chat, bro. He said, remember when all the ladies did pink pride in chat one time? One time? Once. Shout out to Creighton C. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat, bro. And thank you for keeping me laughing, bro. Let's see. The women have spoken. Their attention you want to haves. Then you gotta show the calves. Whoa, hey, wait, hang on. Are the girls in chat? I don't think Mrs. Candles is home. And hang on, let me check to see if she's in chat. Hang on. All right, guys, she's not in chat. She's not in chat, guys. She's not in chat. Hey, ladies. Real quick. Check it out. Gotta be sneaky. Hang on. Gotta be sneaky. Check it. Ow, I just hit my elbow. Here we go. There you go, guys. That never happened, guys. Don't clip it. Nobody clip it. Nobody tell anybody. Don't tell Mrs. Candles I'm showing calves to other people. These are her calves. But I like to give you guys a sneak peek once in a while. But anyway, let's see. The Mafia is in full effect. Shout out to Poor Man Joe. What is going on, bro? Shout out to Dixon Apple Juice. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. Shout out to you, brother. Good to see you. And let's see here. He says we need 5 minutes private VIP TA session, Frankie, please. That was more like 2 seconds. Anyway, shout out to Dixon. Let's see. No, OM Duke. No, he said clipped. Oh God. Tyler Durden, call the cops on him. We gotta lock up OM Duke. We gotta destroy that clip. Shout out to you, bro. I'm just joking. Julio says, what about your anatomically correct inflatable significant other? Are they in chat? No, I don't think so. Hopefully not. Yeah. Oh God, the real hands. I see a lot of Mrs. Candle's hands. Hopefully they're not real. Hopefully they're not really her. I got the screenshot of it. Poor Man Joe. Come on, bro. I thought we were friends. Don't show the calves, guys. Don't show the calves. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and spin this dang wheel and see if we can get any giveaways here. We got 468 likes, guys. Let's try to hit. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Let's try to hit 550 by the end of the stream. Let's see. Too funny, man. Too funny. Burlesque Bitcoin show. Shout out to Candle Daddy. Let's go. Oh, God. Candle Daddy's got some calves of his own. I'm not going to lie. Shout out to Candle Daddy. I don't call him Candle Daddy for nothing. Let's see. Frankie, how often do you get a manicure? You guys like my nails? Check them out. Oh, wait. I can't see. Hang on. Hang on. Here's my nails, guys. I got to prove it, guys. Can I confess, guys? Guys, Mrs. Candle's hand, when she comes in here, it's really just me, like, going off screen and just, like, entering my own hand in chat. Like, hey, guys, look, Mrs. Candles. And I'm just sniffing my own hand. Like, it's all a joke, guys. You guys think I have a girlfriend? I'm a chart nerd. I'm a churd. Guys, I don't have a girlfriend. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. Mrs. Candles is real. But here you go. Here's my nails. When Mrs. Candles comes in next time, don't mind this little hole in my finger. But anyway, those are my nails. Wait until Mrs. Candles comes back in. Yeah, you'll see. She's got fancy nails and everything. And it's definitely not me putting like sticky nails on my under the desk. Like, I'm definitely not doing that. But anyway, shout out to the CandleMafia. Let's go. Thank y'all for tuning in and sticking around till the end of the show. I appreciate you guys. Manny Petty, Candle Daddy, let's go. Actually, I'll tell a story real quick. Don't worry, bro. I got I got a lock on my cold wallet. Shout out to poor man. But here we go. I'm matured. Shout out to Crimson's girlfriend. Yeah, I'm matured. I'm a chart nerd, guys. But here's the thing, guys. I actually have gotten one manicure in my life. And for some reason, somebody bet me. We were going to a wedding, and it was like we traveled for the wedding or whatever, and we were hanging out the day before, and all the girls were like, oh, we're going to go get manicures. And then one of the dudes was like, yo, Frank, I'll give you $50 if you get a manicure, and I'll pay for the manicure. And I was like, what? I was like, what color do I have to do? Like, I'm thinking he's going to make me go to the wedding with pink nails. And he goes, nothing, just get the manicure. You could just do clear. And I'm like, really? And I got my hands massaged and like cleaned up, and I got paid. So, hey, yo, shout out to Tom G, said WTF unsubbing. It was a bet. I had to buy XRP. I needed 50 extra bucks of XRP. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. That really did happen, though. It was a bet. And then, I just had some lady rub my hands and they just, didn't do anything. Like, I just made money. It was pretty funny. Now, if he said you had to paint them, I probably wouldn't have done it. But let's see. Frankie would probably look good with some guy liner. I could tell you guys a funny story about that, too. I've never worn makeup, but oh my God, we spun the wheel 6 times. You guys distracted me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 giveaways. Give it to them. That's for you, mods. But guys, real quick, I'll leave you with a Frankie Candles. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to tell the makeup story. I never wore makeup, but for a specific reason, some people thought I wore makeup. But guys, with all that being said, I'll save that story for another day. But with all that being said, guys, shout out to anybody who was in that Bitcoin long or that Ethereum long that we looked at on the live stream last night. But yeah, shout out to anybody who's in any long positions today. Hopefully you took profit. Hopefully you were able to get out before they dumped it again. But guys, watch out for those potential pullbacks before some more potential upside. But again, right now, I am letting the dust settle right now. Going to hold both my longs and my shorts and just let the dust settle. But just watch out for those retracements. And with all that being said, guys, that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I will see you guys here tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
I've been on the road, I've been doing shows. Now we eating steak, remember sleeping on the floor. We still at the gas station when the time was cold. In the kitchen, hot, still trying to flip it out the stove. Rocking fake J's, praying that nobody know. Watch them take my dog away, it was way too hard to stay composed. Fight to see the light of day, all this blood on my clothes. I was tired every day, green light, it's time to go. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young. Die too young. 100 miles per hour, I might crash, cause the good die young. Yeah, the good die young. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. Right back where I left because I know my people needed me. Diamond in the rough, I don't know what it is they see in me. Go down as a legend in my city cause we beat the streets. Trying to spread the wealth around the block, no I can't keep from me. Told me I should leave. I see the bigger picture and it's way bigger than me. Can't be living like a king, but my people need to eat. If I got it, then you got it, we gon' get back on our feet. And I put it on me. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young. Or die too young. 100 miles per hour, I might crash cause good die young. Yeah, but here I come. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. I'm coming back home. I'm coming back home. Y'all coming back home. Y'all coming back home. I'm coming back home. Y'all coming back. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home.
Okay, guys. All right, fine. Story time. Fine, we'll do it. This is one time. This is the only story I'm telling. God, I do have some crazy stories I could probably blow some people's minds with, but that'll be for like a meetup or something one day. I don't know. But I am literally the guy that has everything happen. Like, everything happens to me. Like, the crazy stuff, I am literally the guy in every single friend group I've ever had. All my family, everybody knows that, like, everything happens to me. And people are always like, dude, why does this stuff always happen to you? I don't know. It makes my life exciting. Sometimes the stuff is really cool and fun, and then sometimes the stuff is like really crazy and tragic. But like, for some reason, like I attract like wild things in my life. This is not one of those stories, but I do have some crazy stories I could probably tell that would have people tripping. But anyway, here's the thing. The makeup story. Here's the thing, guys. For whatever reason, I don't know what the deal is. I got long eyelashes. I don't know. I was born that way, so don't judge me. I don't know. I got long eyelashes. And I don't know. For whatever reason, me and Tony D have been friends forever, right? Not ever. That's actually a lie. Not forever. But, oh, no, Mrs. Candles is here. Guys, it's Mrs. Candles' birthday. Hey, I could show you guys... Hey, I'm going to show you guys that it's actually Mrs. Candle's hand and not me faking the hand. Mrs. Candles, can you go throw your hand over here in like 13 seconds? Just give me a couple seconds here. But yeah, guys, while Mrs. Candles is getting ready, is walking over to the camera, it's probably going to take like 15 seconds or maybe a minute or two. But here's the thing, guys. I have always had really long eyelashes, right? And me and Tony D, when I became very friendly with him, and when we became friends, like after a while, I guess he got kind of comfortable enough with me to tell me that I've known him forever. We went to the same schools, so I've always known who he was. He always knew who I was, but we weren't always friends. But he told me when we became close friends, he finally got comfortable enough to tell me that he asked me. He said, "Yeah." He goes, "Did you ever wear makeup?" And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, like, I swear, dude, I used to see you walk around school, or I would go into his job or whatever. And he goes, I swear, I used to just refer to you as the kid that wore makeup because I thought you wore makeup on your eyes. And I was like, that's funny, because people always ask me if I wore whatever the thing that makes your eyelashes longer. Mrs. Candles, what is that? Mascara. Everyone used to always tell me that you wear mascara. And I'm like, no, not at all. And I just always had people always tell me, like girls specifically, always, oh my God, I love wish I had your eyelashes. But I never wore makeup. And Tony D hated me because he thought that I wore makeup for some reason. And for some reason, he hated me for it. And he used to like bully me to his friends. Not bully me directly, but he would like talk trash about me to his friends, saying that kid wearing makeup. What a weirdo. But I never wore makeup. I was just walking around with long eyelashes for some reason. But they are pretty, right? I'm not going to lie. They are pretty, right? Oh, sorry, Mrs. Candles. Can we show the hand, Mrs. Candles? I want him to know that. Oh, hey, Mrs. Candles' hand. Look at that. Show him your nails, because I don't have painted nails. Guys, look. Not painted nails. Hold it up there. Let them see it. Yeah, bring it a little closer. Hang on. I don't like them. Oh, she doesn't like them, guys. She doesn't like. Come on, bring them in here. Come on. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, see? That's not my hand, guys. That's not me playing with my hand. Anyway, guys, with all that being said, that's all the time I got. Hey, guys, tell Tony D to be nice to me and stop bullying me and making up rumors about me wearing makeup. And listen, I know I got nice eyelashes, but it's not makeup. But with all that being said, guys, I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time. And listen, if you want to wear makeup, you wear makeup. You do what makes you happy. But I'll see you guys here tomorrow, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look at both hands. No painted nails, guys. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Yeah, I hope you're ready for the comeback. Steve Nash, I'm about to bring the sun back. Forecast looking bright for the comeback. Can't ignore it, promise you can never sun that. I pray for it, get ready for the comeback. Yeah, I think it's time for the comeback. I hope you're ready for the, yeah, I see it's time. Press play on the tape, no rewind. No delay, put it all on the line. Only going up, ain't no room for the climb. Meet me at the top, or you won't ever see me. I'm making dreams come true like a genie. I'm making moves soon, you gon' have to king me. Checkmate, crown, you gon' have to bring me. Whoa, ain't no other way. Up next, then I'm putting you away. Yeah, maybe another day. Give me the trophy, I'ma put it on display. Hope you ready for the comeback. Steve Nash, I'm about to bring the sun back. Forecast looking bright for the comeback. Can't ignore it, promise you can never sun that. I pray for it, get ready for the comeback. Yeah, I think it's time for the comeback. sun back. Forecast looking bright for the comeback. Can't ignore it, promise you can never sun that. I pray for it, get ready for the comeback. Yeah, yeah. I think it's time for the comeback. Yeah, I hope you're ready for the comeback. I think it's time for the comeback. I hope you're ready